I really hate the sound, but it is necessary evil if I want to wake up to get to college on time. My apartment is completely silent. The only resident, so well, I'm the only resident, so if I want to hear some noises, I have to make it myself. Just a few months back, I lived with my parents, but I had to move out when I got accepted to college. Don't really mind it, actually. It is very comfortable, and I keep in touch with my old friends thanks to the internet. Without saying a word, I get prepared and go out to class. College is only one subway trip away. I chose to study visual arts. My parents are worried I'll never find a job, but at least I would like to try it just because I like it. However, I should say that soon after my classes start, I got slightly disappointed. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting. I thought we were going to draw all day and learn about anatomy, different styles of shading, and other fun things. But it turns out there are plenty of theoretical classes like expressing our feelings, communications, history of the arts, and others. I don't regret it, but it is like a stain on my dreams. Anyway, I tried not to think too much about it. Since the beginning, I knew I was going to be difficult, so a little more effort doesn't make much of a difference. Classes fell short today. I hear the teacher talk and take notes like every other time, but I can't stop thinking about that dream. I think about it while looking at my necklace shaped like half a heart. I know somebody gave it to me long ago, but I can't remember who. I guess that's why I look at it, because about our loss from my memory. If I make a big effort, it seems I can remember a little of it, but it's like looking at a blurry picture. No matter how much I look at it or from which angle, in the end I can't make sense out of it. I feel sorry, but there is no other choice than to give up on it. By the time I had made out my mind, I had already arrived home. Without paying attention, I opened the door and put down my bag at the entrance. I never expect any visitors, so there is no need to be tidy. Looks like. Then I turn on the computer and start watching an animated series. It may sound silly, I guess, but I like shows for kids quite a bit. Before I realize it is already late. Lately, I feel days are much shorter, but I guess it's my own fault for having so many distractions. I should have dinner and call it a day. I'm ready to cook when suddenly I hear the phone ringing. That's weird. I can't imagine who it would be at this hour, except for those annoying credit card sellers. Good evening. Hello, Mom. I didn't expect you to call. Yes, I'm fine. Don't worry. Classes are going fine. Not exactly what I expected, but like them. Of course not. I'm taking good care of what I eat. Yes, I always clean every week. So far, I haven't made any friends, but the course has just started. Yes, Mom, I'll keep that in mind. Good night. Say hi to Dad for me. I sighed just after hanging up. I just moved, and it seems that they are already missing me. But there was no other choice. This college is just too far from home. I loudly yawned. Suddenly, I feel very tired. Because of that dream, I couldn't sleep properly. I think it's better for me to go to bed now. I turned off the lights and lay down, pulling the blankets up to my chest. I then stared at the ceiling for an unknown minutes until my eyes finally closed. Darkness guides me towards a deep sleep. Okay. I leave this world, submerging into another. One that exists only for me, only inside of me. A place filled with eternal calmness, where no worry or problem exists unless I want it to. A place filled with, or at least that's how it should be. Surrounded by an endless white. In front of me, there is a woman showing me her back, someone I had never seen before. Her hair is long and golden. She is unspeakably beautiful. Even without seeing her face, I can know it, or rather feel it. Just looking at her back makes my heart jump and leave me breathless. It even seems like the air around me, or around her, is filled with a mysterious magic. It's not just a smell, but it is an energy that makes everything it touches more beautiful, as if nothing less than perfection was allowed before her. But who could such a person be? Why is she here? Hello? I asked in my confusion. At the same time, I extend my hand towards her, trying to get her attention, but of course, she can't see me. Carrie? Yes, that's my name. I pause and swallow some saliva. I'm very nervous for no reason. What is yours? The woman is slow to answer, as if she had forgotten her own name. Alice, she finally said with a soft voice. Don't you think it is a pretty name? Well, yes. I feel stupid giving such a short answer, but then I remember there are far more important things to think about. I stared deeply at her, still enchanted by her beauty. Alice? Yes? She answered, still showing her back to me. Why are you here? My heart stops for an instant after I say those words. I don't know the reason, if it was fear or anxiety, but without a doubt, I was expecting something big. Are you a part of my dream? I said after noticing she was taking too long to answer. She was doing it on purpose. I guess I am. Or maybe you're a part of mine. Her question left me incredulous. What did she mean by that? I'm sorry, I don't get it, I said while taking a step forward towards her. She shakes her head in denial. It doesn't matter. We are in the same dream. The dream is yours, but also mine. I can't say I fully understand what she meant, but even if we are in the same dream, someone must be the creator of this place, right? And in that case, you could say this dream would belong to that person. You forgot. It's so easily, Gary. You left me waiting all day. And the next day, and then the following one, until I had to come for you. Aren't you ashamed? My heart trembles after hearing those words. Suddenly, I feel chills run all over my spine. What is she talking about? I'm sorry, but I think you are mistaking me for someone else, I said shyly with a weak voice. I feel terribly guilty, but I had never seen her before in my life. She must be confusing me with someone else. That is, considering this isn't all just a weird dream. No, it is you who is confused. I know perfectly who you are. Actually, I know more about you than you do. After saying that, she suddenly shows me her hand holding a necklace with the shape of a half heart. It's just like mine. The woman sounds slightly angry. Meanwhile, I know I couldn't be any more confused. My back feels cold, my hands are shaking, and my throat is dry. What? What are you saying? I finally mustered up the courage to grab her by the shoulder. No, it wasn't bravery. It was dead curious. I wanted to know what she meant. Alice turns around, but before I could see her face, she transforms into black smoke. The smoke slips between my fingers, dissipating until it disappears. For an instant, I could feel her warmth and softness, the same feeling as that of caressing a human hand, the hand of a woman. The sensation burns into my fingers, leaving me astonished. My mind is blank. I forget how to even breathe from the surprise. Who? What did I forget? I should be more interested in knowing who Alice is, but what really fills my mind is that question. It makes no sense. I suddenly groaned for no reason. I felt like my head just got stabbed. It's like if someone was hitting my skull from the inside, hanging my mind upside down until it drops all of that feverish memories. What did I forget? What could be so important? It is at that moment that I suddenly open my eyes. I take a deep breath, filling my lungs with air. Then I set my hand on my forehead, feeling it covered in sweat. I quickly search for my necklace, finding it right where I left it. Then I look at the clock. It is 2:30 or 2:20 in the morning. There's still plenty of time before the sun comes out. I exhale, letting my anxiety go with my breath. This time, I won't be able to sleep again. I'm sure of that. Well, maybe this is a good opportunity to have dinner, I say to myself jokingly. I'm not really hungry, but maybe eating something could distract me from that dream. I had just put my feet on the floor when suddenly I heard someone ringing the bell at the door. What the heck? I can't imagine who it could be at this hour. I barely get visitors in regular hours. I feel a chill run all over my body. I waited a moment, hoping the visitor would get bored and leave, but after a while, it seems that wasn't going to happen. Finally, I sigh exasperatedly and resign myself to go and see who it is. As I walk towards the door, I can't stop thinking that this is so weird. That this is too weird. I'm afraid I would be lying to say otherwise, but unless I go and check it, I'll never know what's going on. I swallow my saliva, feeling it bitter when I'm in front of the door. My heart beats so fast that I can feel it in my throat. Then I take a deep breath and prepare to look through the peephole of the door. It's at that moment that I see a small envelope slide from under the door. I almost jump from the shock when that happens. My eyes and mouth are open wide, showing my incredulity. I quickly open the door, finding nothing but empty air in the surroundings. There are no footprints or any other evidence of someone being there other than the envelope. If it wasn't for it, I would think I'm still dreaming. Only this dream, instead of being mysterious and calm, felt more like a horror story. Without second thought, I close the door, making sure to lock it. I don't want any unwanted visitors tonight, or ever. I then fix my sight on the envelope. It's made of ordinary paper and no sender information. The only thing it says is that it is for me. I blink before carefully opening it. Inside there is a single sheet of paper with a drawing made with crayons. It's not very good and seems to be made by a small child. Human figures made with sticks and circles that pretend to be a boy and a girl holding hands right next to a heart. There is something written beside them. Gary and me. It's her. I murmured, my lips moving by themselves. My heart stops for an instant. I shake my head many times, unable to believe it. I can't believe what is in the front of my eyes. Ah! I was just getting over the surprise when something else happens. I exclaim, confused, looking toward the kitchen. I just heard a glass break. I live alone. I have no pets and there is no wind. How is it possible? Did the glass just burst all by itself? Because that's what it looks like. I leave the envelope and quickly go to the kitchen to see what's happening. Once there, my face becomes pale and my body solid like stone, while my eyes look in disbelief at the glass shard. I almost faint at the moment. I don't know what to think. I don't feel safe anymore. I hold my breath for a couple of seconds until I notice a sheet of paper on the floor. I slowly get closer and pick up, careful not to step on the shreds. It's another child drawing, and a cheerful one, but at the same time weird. I can't explain it, but seeing that drawn makes me anxious. It shakes my head. Rather, I think it is not the drawing itself, but how I found it, what makes it weird. There is something written on it. Why did it break? I didn't want it to. Even if things fall, they shouldn't break without my permission. Don't you think that's weird? I blink, confused. My mind is blank. What can I say at something like that? I'm reading an incomprehensible message that shouldn't even exist. However, I don't have much time to think about it. Suddenly, other noises caught my attention. This time, the sound of the shower in the bathroom. I feel a chair all over my spine, slowly crawling its way. Instantly, my body is covered in ice. I can't move a single finger. I'm frightened. The very idea that someone or something is inside my home when I'm supposed to be alone makes me shake in fear. The sound continues for long seconds, then minutes, without any changes. I simply ignore it as if doing that was enough to make it go away. But no matter how long I wait, that never happens. In the end, I can only still myself and go check it. I take a deep breath, filling my lungs with air, then slowly walk towards the bathroom, staring at the door before carefully opening it. Warm steam escapes from the room. My heart beats like a drum at every second. I beg there is nothing at the other side, and then what I find is just that nothing. The shower suddenly opens itself, pouring hot water without reason. It wouldn't be the first explicable thing tonight. I close my eyes and sigh, full of relief. However, this isn't over. I still need to find out what's going on. This is too much to just leave it to my imagination. I close the water, seeing the shower stop. I stand there a few more seconds trying to understand what's happening, but of course, I can't come with an answer. Then I rub my face in a gesture full of frustration. I'm losing my head, I said quietly, taking myself. Then I exhale, letting my anxiety go with breath. I think about going out or calling someone for company, but I have no one to ask for help. And strangely, the idea of going out this night sounds even more terrifying. When I opened the door, I saw the hallway empty. It gave me the sensation that something scary was hiding in the shadows. I can't explain it, but I locked the door. Oh, I locked the door and want it to stay like that. But it seems my home isn't safe either. I turned around thinking on going back to bed. Then the only thing I can do is wait for the sun to come out. If the next night I have another experience like this, I'll move out without second thought. Then suddenly I open my eyes wide incredulously. I didn't realize before, but there was a drawing in the mirror, as if someone has used a finger to clean the thin layer of steam on it. It's a ship sinking. There is also something written. There are hundreds of paths, and all of them guide to the same end. I read over it. I read over and over without understanding what it means. It is a message for me. My lips can't say a single word. The silence now feels oppressive. My heart sinks as I think on how alone I am. As if I had been cut away from the world. Forsaken, however, things continue to happen, things that shouldn't. I can't understand anything. I don't know what I can do, but my only hope is that the sun will turn all of this in nothing more than a bad dream. With that in mind, I walk to my room, but when I get there, I find there is another surprise waiting for me. "What is this?" I murmured, confused, while looking right at a sheep plush. It's in perfect condition, as if it was new. Or maybe it is. There's no way to know. Next to the plush, there is a sheet of paper. I quietly get closer, and pick it up. It has a drawing of a wolf made with crayons. It looks angry. There is something written too. I don't like wolves, but I'm surrounded by them. The only way to avoid them is by hiding. Again, an incomprehensible message, just like the fact that plushie appeared from nowhere. After a few seconds, I grab the plushie with curiosity. It is a very soft. It could very easily be used as a pillow. Outside of that, there is nothing else worth saying. It doesn't appear to have anything weird. I know what it should do. Everything is so strange. It all began after that dream. I blinked, confused, trying to come up with an answer. That's right, I forgot. This must all be the work of that woman, Alice. Her words came back to my mind. She said I had forgotten something. I don't think there could be a memory that could make sense of all this, but even knowing that, it would be a lie to say I don't have a uncontrollable curiosity. Gary? I was lost in my mind when suddenly I hear someone whisper my name behind me. I jump, surprised. My heart stops and my blood turns to ice. I instantly turn around by a reflex, finding something that simply shouldn't be there. In front of my eyes is a huge mirror appeared. It's even bigger than me, reflecting all over all of my body. I stare at my own reflex, hypnotized by the image. As if it was the first time I had seen a mirror, I look at my reflex, copying my movement without I move my hands, my head, and legs, and the reflection does exactly the same. However, there is something special in that image. The person in the mirror is the right one, but the place where it is not the same. My room does not reflect in the mirror. Instead, the background belongs to another house made of wood, and with the looks of it being abandoned for many years. I simply can't talk. Not a single word comes to mind that could begin to describe the feeling of wonder, surprise, and insecurity that invades me at this moment. It's so incredible, so impossible, something out of a dream. But that's why it is something I can't control or even understand. Is it even safe to be in the same room as a mirror? I don't know. However, I can't stop staring at it. Okay, guys, I'm going to end the video there because, it's been long. This story has been pretty interesting, but if you guys want to see a part 2 to this, I will play this again for y'all. But until next time, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow for another upload. Bye, guys.